Hey y'all, if there's one part of the Minecraft mythos that was the second biggest reason for the popularity of the game, it's Minecraft parody songs. What's the first biggest reason? The Jenny mod. Obviously. What else would it be? These parodies were everywhere. Every single song that got an ounce of popularity has a Minecraft parody floating somewhere out there. Anyone who interacted with the game Minecraft as much as I did probably saw a million of these, and it's a genre, in quotes, I adore and want to talk about. To clarify, I'm going over specifically parody songs, because as much as I am yearning to talk about Block Party by the Annoying Orange, I want to focus on the parodies, so if a creator exclusively made non-parodies, then I'm gonna avoid them. So for example, no Danbull and no Tobuscus. Maybe that's for the best. But I'm having this restriction because this video is going to be part 1 of probably a 4-part series about Minecraft nostalgia. The next 3 parts are going to be about general Minecraft music, Minecraft mods, and Minecraft maps. I don't know when they're going to be out, and I don't know what order they're going to be in, but stay tuned.
Netanyahu is currently Prime Minister of Israel.
I feel like for a video about Minecraft parody songs, I kind of need to start with the ones that were made by CaptainSparklez. CaptainSparklez is just kind of a legend in general. He was kind of up there with like Stampy and DanTDM and popular MMOs in terms of popular Minecraft YouTubers. I also had his Tube Heroes toy and I ate the arm of it. Keep that fact in mind, it is going to be very important later in the video. It's hard to state how many views these have and how many they continue to get. These are almost more popular than the game itself. Revenge, which is a parody of DJ Got Us Fallen in Love by Usher, is the most popular CaptainSparklez song, and it got a huge surge of popularity in like 2019. But like, it's kind of weird because you want to know what the fucked up part is. Almost the entire thing is sung by Tryhard Ninja. The first 2 verses and the chorus are both Tryhard Ninja. Spark, that's CaptainSparklez for short, I'm using slang, has 1 verse near the end, and he obviously was kind of like the director of the video and everything, but other than that last verse, he isn't super involved in the vocals. But if Tryhard Ninja is doing the singing in the first verse, why is Spark's Minecraft avatar the one that's singing then? That had me fooled for years, and it hopefully had a lot of other people fooled as well. I don't want to be alone in this. Jordan Marin is a false idol. The most popular song is Fallen Kingdom, and it's a parody of Viva La Vida. It's the first of a 4-part series also called Fallen Kingdom, but the other 3 songs aren't parodies, so I'm just going to talk about Fallen Kingdom. CaptainSparklez did a lot of work on the animation. I wonder who sings it. Motherfucker. I think something that kind of separates the good parodies from the great parodies is that the good ones kind of just jam in as many Minecraft terms as possible, but the great ones usually follow some kind of story, either in the lyrics themselves or in the music video. This one does follow a story. It follows a king who rules his kingdom. Herobrine lets out a bunch of hostile mobs, which result in the king and his family fleeing before being separated, culminating in the king jumping off a balcony after being cornered by mobs. Again, this video is part 1 of a multi-part story, but this moment was absolutely tragic. Every generation has a moment that everyone of the generation remembers. For boomers, it was the CIA assassinating JFK. For Gen Z, it was seeing this. Those 2 are objectively equal levels of influence. This video also has 168 million views, so statistically, this was someone's first exposure to the concept of death. In conclusion, Fallen Kingdom is obviously amazing and is as highly regarded as it is for a reason. Again, I'll get to the other 3 parts when I get around to making the other video. Another thing that I've always thought was cool, not just about these, but about most of the parodies in general, is that so many of them have entire original animations. They could have easily just recorded themselves playing Minecraft and put relevant footage, but they hired whole teams to work on the videos, and I think that's really cool. Like in his parody of Gangnam Style, Minecraft Style, which is a shot-for-shot recreation of the original Gangnam Style music video. I gotta respect that. It's not even just the general locations. They got so many of the background details and everything, it's really cool. However, one of the lyrics is Sexy Piggy, the lyric in the original obviously being Sexy Lady. That's a lyric I feel like he could have left alone and it would have been fine. He also has TNT, a parody of Tayo Cruz's Dynamite. If I'm being honest, despite contradicting what I just said and not having a fully animated music video, this one might be my favorite of his. It doesn't have a music video because this was also his first. It was released in February of 2011. A lot of these parodies I'll be talking about do come from the earlier days of Minecraft, but Minecraft was still in beta when this one came out, February of 2011. Bin Laden could have seen this video. Well, he could have seen all the other ones as well because he's still out there, but still, crazy. Thinknoodles only made 2 parodies to my knowledge. Everything is Blocked Some, which is a parody of Everything is Awesome, which is from the only movie I've ever seen, and sometimes a parody of Some Nights by the only band I've ever listened to. Neither of these are ultra popular compared to some of the other ones I've brought up, but I am bringing them up because I'm not proud of this. Sometimes is the one I remember the most. Not any of the ones with millions of views. It wasn't Fallen Kingdom. It wasn't Don't Mine at Night. It was a parody by Thinknoodles, a guy whose most viewed videos are about the masterpiece of a game, Granny. And I don't mean any disrespect to Thinknoodles, but like, these aren't exactly like his specialty. And revisiting it now sometimes is also kind of a weird one, because despite being labeled as a Minecraft parody, it's not really about Minecraft at all. The lyrics of the song have almost zero Minecraft-related lyrics. The last chorus repeats the lyrics, "the blocky world we live in," but past that, there is no mention of any Minecraft-related things or objects or mobs or biomes or anything, nothing at all. The rest of the lyrics are just about him trying to impress a girl he likes, and the animation, which I will say is pretty good, obviously does feature Minecraft elements like redstone and everything, and it shows him trying to impress said girl before eventually inviting her to the video game dance. It's good, and Think has a better singing voice than I would have expected, but if I took away the video and just showed someone the song, they would not be able to discern it as a Minecraft parody, and they also wouldn't be able to see him at the video game dance, you know? Where would I be if I never got to see Thinknoodles at the video game dance? I guess we'll never know. I don't have that much to say about Everything is Blocked Some though, except that it does actually reference stuff from Minecraft, so that it shows he is capable of doing that, but he just chose not to for sometimes. And you know how I mentioned some songs just jam together Minecraft terms? And you know how I mentioned that some songs just jam together Minecraft terms? This is one of them. It also heavily features the minions he would always have in his videos. Even as the #1 Thinknoodles stan, I still don't fully understand the obsession with minions. Never, I'm moving to the Nether, I'm moving. Yogscast has Screw the Nether, which is a parody of moves like Jagger. They managed to make Maroon 5 good, which is pretty impressive in its own right. This one also follows a story where Martin in the Littlewood wants to move to the Nether before immediately realizing that it's the fucking Nether. Of course it sucks, and then he leaves. This guy, who was already living there, immediately refers to it as hell, and then also immediately says it's a great place to live. Which one is it? Make up your mind. I also remember that this one had an unrelated multi-animator project spearheaded by Parody Animates, but it's gone now. It's been completely unlisted, and you can only watch it through a re-upload now. I do remember discovering some animators from this project, so that's cool, but yeah, it's gone now. They also had How Do I Craft This Again, a parody of When Can I See You Again by Owl City, a song I know from Wreck-It Ralph and have never listened to in any other context. They always say this shit was my jam, dude. I loved this song. This one's awesome. And an interesting lyric to me is Haven't Played Since Point 2. This song was released in October of 2013. That's not that far removed of version 1.2. I guess at the time it was 1.7, and 1.7 was a pretty big update, but I don't know. Still doesn't feel like there would be that much of a difference. Anyway, the further removed we get from the release of the song, the more accurate the lyric gets. October 2013. Osama could have seen this. He's still out there, guys. I do also really enjoy this one's music video. For the most part, it's just the same animation style in their other music videos, but there's a lot of little things that I like. Martin in the Littlewood's facial expressions are neat, and these little like transition scenes I also liked. I did not watch Yogscast's other content during this time, unfortunately, so if I missed any big inside jokes or references within these songs, then that's my bad. Before researching for this video, I really had no knowledge of their channel past knowing about their Whale Lord series that I learned from a book called Game On 2016, a book that became outdated a week after I got it. But yeah, Screw the Nether and How Do I Craft This Again are both legendary. DanTDM also made only 2. Never Ever Going to the Nether, a Taylor Swift parody. And the auto-tune on Dan's voice is extremely aggressive here.
Going to the Nether, we are never, ever, ever going to the Nether.
He also has Crafting Recipes, a parody of Little Things by One Direction, and the comments on these songs are how I learned DanTDM has a degree in music production, and it's kind of a shame he only made 2 songs because minus the auto-tune, he's got a pretty good singing voice. And also, I'm sorry, this face is everywhere. I swear to God, I feel like every animation in every single one of these songs has this face or something close to it, and I don't know where it comes from, and looking at it gets me irrationally furious. It's shown up in other ones so far, but I just wanted to point it out here. What compelled animators during this time to make this face like the standard face? Who knows, man? I'm gonna be honest, the main reason I made DanTDM his own segment is because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get the chance to talk about this again. Do any other DanTDM viewers from this time remember this video by Benny Butter? I remember Dan featured it in one of his videos one time, and I thought it was hilarious at the time, but it's since ruined my life because I just can't forget it. My mind will not allow me to forget this video. I've been thinking about it for years, but I just stumbled upon it again. Stampy farts on DanTDM. That's the premise. It's part of a series where a booger comes to life, and it was made by a 9-year-old named Connor. Unfortunately, the DanTDM episode is the last episode. Please come back, Connor. We miss you. Bebop Vox is another legend. Past CaptainSparklez, he's probably the most famous guy to have made these parodies. Don't Mind at Night is the most iconic one, and for good reason.
I'm doomed, don't have any iron bars, my picture.
This is heat. This is fire. It's a parody of Last Friday Night, which is really good in its own right, so maybe that's why I like Don't Mind at Night so much, but it's cool either way. The main character dies midway through the video and is transformed into a ghost, and so the second half is like him giving advice to all the future cave explorers. He's also really expressive, especially after he gets turned into a ghost. I think that's a nice touch. There's also this segment near the end that I liked that has all the Endermen posing as all the letters in the words in Don't Mind at Night. But most importantly, the guy who sang the song It's All Minecraft posted Yowie of Buzz and Woody from Toy Story, so that was cool for no reason in particular. Don't Mind at Night is by far the most popular, but he's made quite a few others as well. His next most popular is Enchanted, parodying Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. The animation is even better in this one than it is in Don't Mind at Night, so it's kind of a shame it doesn't have as many views. So yeah, Bebop Vox is a legend, and Don't Mind at Night definitely deserves the 174 million views that it has. Quick lightning round about a couple of creators that have songs I think are notable enough to be mentioned, but I can't talk about them long enough or don't remember them well enough to be their own segment. Thinknoodles had a Gangnam Style parody called Like an Enderman, and there's this one funny close-up of Steve's pelvic area when he's bending over for some reason, and it sort of insinuates that something is gonna happen, but then nothing else happens. I like looking at men's pelvises. The Endermen also hit this fuck-ass dance because obviously the Enderman rigs don't have the proper joints, but it's so goofy. I do appreciate the recurring trend in these videos of having the Enderman doing various dances. Best Game Ever, a parody of Best Song Ever by One Direction, made by the one and only 3Lame Studio. Where do I begin with 3Lame Studio? Like every other piece of content this guy has ever made, it's completely bizarre and incomprehensible in every way. The only way you can watch this video is through a re-upload with like 400 views. This was almost lost media, and lost media is scary. They're also in this completely blank void for no reason, and every Steve has like a weird mouth edited on top of it, but it's such a good video. Minecraft Awesome Parodies was a channel where parodies of songs were made using the worst microphone and worst audio mixing imaginable. There have been no new parodies in like 8 years, unfortunately, so the chance of a return is looking pretty slim. In conclusion, these parodies were and still are a staple of YouTube, and I don't think Minecraft would be where it is without them. I definitely did not get all of them. There's a lot I missed, but I'm more than open to doing a part 2. And I meant to have this video out sooner, but I am a diehard Pistons fan, and you know what happened with them, so I had to take a few days off. But yeah, if you have any notable parodies that I missed, comment below, and maybe I'll make a part 2. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Please subscribe to Zwoulth.